Like, especially if she gets a Blink Dagger, she can get on top of you, she can kill the egg very fast with the Share. But realistically, that rarely happens, and you can always play against it. You can just put your eggs in different positions and you have your teammates to cover you. All the other heroes are kind of bad. Prophet is decent, he builds into a lot of attack speed. But Pugna hates playing into Phoenix. So the same thing goes for the Tiny and for the Doom. Like, they're just these bulky boys. They hate magic damage, specifically if it's percentage based.
Well, early fight to break out. TSM getting aggressive straight off the bat, and Samson has been caught out on the Pugna and is probably just going to drop. Tips out already from Kasane, and it's already a pretty rough start here for Wildcard Gaming. Of course, TSM just getting that early gold for themselves.
Panel was right. Genius.
A rare occurrence from our panel, I'm sure.
Well, you know, it's the first day. They got all their luck spent right here instantly. Yeah, we'll see. It's interesting. I think the game will be fun, just because of the fact that there's a lot of potential to pressure the game early on from Wildcard. Like, if they manage to do that, I think they can make it interesting.
Certainly so. I mean, you look back to the draft of TSM, though, it feels like they've just got what it takes, right, with this draft to be able to fight back throughout the early game and buy the space they need on this Spectre and even this Lycan. And I suppose we'll see what happens as we do see the lanes break out. Of course, you are going to see that top lane. We are going to have Ari and, of course, Kasane against Arc on that POS1 Doom. And Samson will be there to support on the Pugna. I mean, this top lane, like, what do you do about this if you're Wildcard? Like, is this just a farming game for Arc? Do you want to try and get aggressive? Can you afford to get aggressive?
I think you can't really. Like, there isn't a lot that you can do with the Pugna. Like, he's going to be spamming Nether Blast, and as Doom, like, you're decent, but you're not that strong. You're mostly focused on farming. It depends on the creep that you get, obviously. If you get something good, perhaps you can fight back, but I don't see this lane being anything but a farm fest, unless mistakes are made, right? If mistakes are made, maybe we'll see a couple of kills.
Fair. Because about that mid lane, of course, you've got Brawl there against Babatij. Tiny versus Tusk matchup. Very, very interesting matchup to have here. It feels like it's going to be a rather even affair between these two, but do you prefer a hero in this mid matchup?
I think it's very even, like this one. Overall, I have to say that I prefer Tusk. It's not only about this matchup, I just prefer Tusk in the meta. I think the hero is extremely strong, that's why every team is picking it. Just the fact that you can max out your ice shards and snowball, roll across the map, get that dazzle very fast. It just feels very natural to play Tusk right now.
Of course, that bottom lane as well. The final lane, you're going to have Flea and Sunlight there against Tomato and Whitemon. And, well, you talked about it. They've got to find a great way of trying to slow this Spectre down. Of course, for now, you haven't really got the best ways of doing that. You've just got to try and contest the lane. Tomato already having a very good start, 10 CS on that Spectre. Anything in particular you'd like to see Wildcard do with the spot lane?
I'm honestly not sure why they didn't lane the Prophet on safe lane. For me, that kind of feels a little bit easier. Because this bottom lane is completely negated by Phoenix once he gets level 3. Yeah, you can still fall, you can still die on Spectre Phoenix lane, but if Whitemon has level 3, I don't see the Spectre being bullied out of the lane.
Right. It's going to be a little bit problematic. We'll see what Wildcard can do about it. Whitemon, of course, from the SCA region. I know the man very, very well, and he's certainly a very strong Phoenix player. Not going to make it very easy for Wildcard down the spot lane. As
very strong singer as well, I think.
I was about to bring that up. He is certainly a very, very strong singer indeed. A particular song in Filipino he likes to sing. We won't go into it, though.
Well, yeah, we went into it 2 years ago. Let's keep it there, yeah.
Still not too much action happening across the map, apart from that first blood happening earlier on. Seems like both teams are just happy securing CS in their lanes. Though you look at all the top 3 CS on the board right now, they are all on the side of TSM, so already a very strong start throughout this laning stage. Top lane, a bit of aggression here from Samson and Arc, but it kind of goes back to what you said. The Pugna Doom lane can't really do too much, and Kasane still seems to be having a very free time on the Lycan. Wildcard, again, you kind of wonder how they turn these lanes around, because right now it just feels like TSM, they're just getting away with way too much.
It's basically wherever I look at, all these lanes are very passive. a team really needs to commit and fail for someone to die. Like, it needs to be off of a mistake. Like, Arc is getting low, but I don't see him falling here immediately, at least. One thing that bothers me kinda with TSM's draft, and that's usually what can happen when you have a Lycan on offlane, is the fact that they don't have a ton of stuns, right? Like, you have Mirana with your arrow and you have Tusk. So, for kills to happen, I have a feeling we might need to wait for mid laners to start rotating.
Bottom, bit of aggression onto Sunlight. It's not going to lead to too much. Whitemon just being very annoying with those Fire Spirits, and it does go back to the level 3 timing you talked about as well. When Whitemon can now afford to get a lot more aggressive. So those mid laners, again, you kind of pointed out, you do kind of respect, or rather expect them to get aggressive here to secure some kills, and Brawl and Babadich not quite ready yet. Still just trying to secure their own levels and farm. More than happy to just keep that kind of passive mid lane going. Still a very quiet game, 1-0. Less than 1k net worth lead the way of TSM. Not too much going on the map. Both teams very, very happy just farming up for now.
Yeah, if you're TSM, you're completely fine with that. I don't think that Wildcard is necessarily not fine with it. There isn't a lot more that they can do. Maybe Phoenix bot lane.
Whitemon.
Maybe.
He cops the cookie. Fair bit of right-click harassment, but Tomato is there to kind of trade, and eventually Flea actually just going to TP right back towards the fountain, looking for that reset. Gonna have to make the walk back, but he was out of mana, so I suppose it's probably best he just gets the reset for himself.
Yeah, he was pretty low, and Spectre could have committed on him, so he just decided to TP out. Maybe there was a chance for Sunlight to creep block there, creep block the Phoenix, that is, with Treants, but he's a micro player. He's really good with micro heroes, so didn't do it this time.
Ari, mid lane, gonna have a bit of a rotation on the Mirana. Maybe hoping for a nice little arrow there onto Babadich. See if he can find it. No wards here giving vision over that Mirana. Oh, I believe there may have been a bit of vision giving on that Mirana, but I believe he avoided it. Brawl's going to show up for the power rune, just trying to secure that 6-minute mark, but is going to get a little bit unlucky. Going to be down on the bottom side. Babadich going to be able to find himself a double damage rune on that Tiny.
That's where the game opens up, right? Like, it's funny, but RNG does help out a bit. Whitemon, he doesn't have dive. This could be a kill if... Okay, never mind.
I'm actually okay.
Immediate TP up.
Yeah, he was pinging, but Sunlight didn't have teleportation, so couldn't really help.
I suppose they could try to bully Tomato now, knowing the support Phoenix is not around, and they are going to try. Tomato, he is a bit of a tanky boy right now on the Spectre as well. Maybe just going to have to sit back for a little bit, wait Whitemon out. You look at his CS, he's already got 40 CS on the board, 9 denies. Like, it's not like he's really struggling for farm right now on this Spectre.
No, he's having a good, really good lane. Like, it feels like completely uncontested, and it's mostly because of Whitemon. When you're playing into a Furion, it doesn't matter, you have Fire Spirits. These Fire Spirits not only connect on heroes, they connect on all the little pesky treants, they can't hit you. You're a Spectre, you have Dispersion anyway. All these things, they come together and they make for a really nice lane.
Certainly does. Of course, a bit of pushing action coming out here from Sunlight down at that bottom side, but not going to amount to much. Again, the Fire Spirit's making it very hard to push into that tier 1 tower. Top lane, a lot of grouping up happening here from TSM. 3 heroes up towards that top side, maybe looking to apply a bit of pressure onto that top tier 1 tower. And they do have the Helm of the Dominator available already onto Kasane. Arc maybe in a bit of a troublesome spot as they do find him out on the tree line. Arrow's going to connect, Snowball will be there, and Arc is going to drop very, very quickly. In fact, they want Samson. He'll go for a run, he'll decrepify, but Kasane, he'll just wait around. Just be very patient though. Babadich is going to show up, maybe looking for a bit of a trade, but Kasane, he should just be able to run his way out. Meanwhile, this Mirana Samson, he is still being chased down. Ari is not leaving him alone and does secure the kill.
Yeah. Unfortunate a little bit for Wildcard. Well, it was probably planned by TSM. They attacked Nature's Prophet on bottom lane at the same time that the fight was happening on top. So Sunlight couldn't really commit, he couldn't connect, he needed TP back base. Something that could have helped them out a little bit.
Whitemon down a bot side, popping a fair bit of harassment, but now Tomato's going to join in and flee. Again, forced to TP away, just not liking the position he's in. Back towards the top side, Arc trying to still get aggressive against Kasane, but he just seems fine. He's got the regen, he doesn't really mind the damage being pumped out, and we're now 3-0 the way of TSM, and I suppose it all goes back to the laning stage, but it's just such a dominant start to this game.
Yeah, the game definitely did speed up a little bit, at least in the last couple of minutes, but nothing has happened of too significance for TSM, right? They haven't taken any tier 1s. They're just still completely happy and farming. Your Spectre has a Blade Mail, and I don't think they didn't stack anything for her.
Here we go again. Rotation top side, not going to amount to too much. Tomato, bottom lane, does end up going down. Samson able to secure the kill. I didn't quite catch that one.
he secured the kill with a Nether Ward. He literally just planted the Nether Ward while Spectre was trying to haunt, and that's the way he got her. Nice rotation by Tiny though, reading that they definitely need to make the Spectre leave bottom. It's insane just how long she's been uncontested.
We'll be happy with that one. Of course, what they won't be happy about though is that mid-tier 1 tower copying so much damage here. TSM, they're going to back off for now, maybe rotate down bottom side, but you are going to see Wildcard running through to the mid lane. Wymon's the only man around at the moment, so just going to be a pos 5 Phoenix if they can find him. And it turns out they will not.
Nice snatch. Gets that haste away from Snapfire diving over it.
Fantastic from Whitemon.
Yeah, but look at that. Spectre Timado, he actually TP'd back bottom.
Wow. That's quite greedy, isn't it?
I mean, the way they're playing is, it's greedy, but Lycan has already taken over the enemy jungle. Do they have Doom? They have Doom.
Sane, he's going to cop it, but he got the wolf form off in time. Can he make a run? I think he can. It's one of those things, right? You can Doom the Lycan, but if he's popped his R, it just doesn't matter. He'll morph all the way. And so Doom is already wasted. Bryle, he's going to run around, see what he can find, what he can salvage. Samson is going to get caught out, and he is just gone. I mean, maybe they could try to trade, but Bryle, he's going to run towards the north, and he's going to be just fine. In fact, Babidich, he does at least find Whitemon, so you do find somewhat of a trade, but...
Bryle?
Oh, in fact, hold on a minute. This task's still going. Bryle is eventually going to drop. That's not too bad of a trade for Wildcard.
Oh, that's amazing for them, actually. And I know you said Wolf form there negates Doom. He wasted Doom because of it, but it's kind of a similar cooldown, right? Like Doom is maybe 20 seconds longer, 30. So overall, you don't really mind that if you're Arc. Yeah, you wasted your Doom, but he wasted his Wolf form. You got a couple of kills. All said and done, I think Wildcard are in a better position.
It's interesting as well, right? Because we did have our betting odds provided by our betting partner, esportsbets.io, and the TSM were very heavy favorites. It was 1.1 to 4.8, and I've got to say, Wildcard, it was a bit of a rough start the first 10 minutes, but that last team fight kind of made them look not too bad in this matchup.
Well, the last team fight for sure, but it's still a really long game, and this is the part of it in which they should be doing well. A little bit later on, when Spectre comes online, is where it becomes dangerous for them. But
Wildcard. Big smoke up. Into mid lane they go. Bryle, he's a massive target. They'd love to find him a second time. Babidich is going to make his move. Avalanche will connect very nicely, but Bryle's going to turn right back around with the Walrus Punch. He's a very tanky boy. Babidich, he got cookied back in. He could be in danger. Snowball forward. Can they get the damage onto the Tiny? It does seem like eventually they will. In fact, Bryle, it almost felt like he was never in danger to begin with.
yeah, they definitely wanted to toss him back. Pugna dies.
Poor old Samson, he just gets chased down by the Lycan, and it really is a matter of what can you do when you're up against Lycan and you're playing support, right? You just kind of accept the fact you are going to die.
It's like these kind of supports, they don't have any ways of rescuing themselves. Pugna, yeah, you can decrepify, but he just waits a bit and then he kills you anyway. It's terrible. It's not fun to play, I have to say.
Certainly not. Certainly is not. And well, TSM, they're just holding on to that bottom tier 1 tower. I mean, you kind of pointed out how long they've held on to this. Wildcard are still rotating to try and take this down. So now they finally get it done. And the blast does come in from Samson, and eventually Arc will take care of it. TSM, I'm sure they're very happy with how long that lasted. And in fact, they're not done with the bottom side of the map yet. Bryle and Whitemon have rotated over once again. It seems like they want to fight another time. but they aren't going to have the vision. They'll have to let Wildcard go this time around.
Yeah, basically, they have their egg ready. Tusk wants to fight. He has his Falcon Blade phases. There's no reason for them not to try and defend their own jungle.
Pops the shards. Bryle, he will back his way out. No blink up yet, but Sunlight, he'll be there. Egg will be dropped as well. Can they take it down? Not quite. Babbage, he's in big trouble now. Bryle with a great snowball into the arrow, but Bryle, he has gone way too far. Right into the arms of the 5 people on the side of Wildcard. No chance of survival.
That looked like really bad for Wildcard because Babbage looked like he wasn't really convinced that they were supposed to leave the egg. So he was kinda, you know, zigzagging. Do I hit the egg? Do I go back? Brawl took that as an opportunity to go on him, but he just got baited. He got tossed back and doomed.
Here we go again. Kasane, he's been caught out. He'll get the war form off in time. They'll try to silence, but it won't matter. Instead, they'll sprout him up, cookie him up as well. And Kasane, he's also going to go down. So Wildcard really start to nail it into TSM. And I'll tell you what, they're looking pretty darn good going into this. 1K advantage now. If they can keep this up, maybe they can apply that pressure you talked about against the Spectre.
Yeah, they're not respecting the power spike of Wildcard. Like, this is where their draft really comes together. You get a Blink on Tiny, your Doom has a BKB, and Nature's Prophet has an Orchid. Like, these are huge items for them. And in the mid-game, certainly, these heroes are stronger than TSM's. And TSM, they're still kind of trying to fight. I can understand. Lycan just got his Helm of Overlord. It's another big spike. He gets it, he tries to go in. But I still come back to the same thing. I feel that there's a lack of control from TSM. It's hurting them at the moment.
Certainly stuns win you games, and they don't have many of those right now, that's for sure. Wildcard, they've done a very good job of just sticking together as well, not allowing those solo pickoffs with those snowballs into arrows. And well, again, just grouped up in the mid lane. They're going to jump in. They found Bryle. That's a big target. He's had a few deaths this game on this task. He'll go for a snowball saving himself as they do bring in Tomato as well to try and save the day. Babbage, he's the one to drop in that Tiny, but they do find Bryle in the end. And Samson now trying to go onto Whitemon, but Kasane will take him down with the creeps. It's going to be a 2-for-1 trade. I suppose you'd have to argue that's in the favor of TSM.
Arrow.
They even find the Doom. A great hour out from Ari. And that'll be a triple kill to the side of TSM. And to Kasane on that Lycan.
And look where he goes.
Right to Roshan.
He's thinking about it, but yeah, they will be respawning in like 5 seconds. Do you really want to risk it? Maybe it's not that necessary. And I'm actually very surprised by how that whole fight is going. Even though they don't have any control, they're finding it somehow. Like, Tusk gets a little bit of it, Arrow lands on Doom in the end. Pugna, he lived for just so long, just from decrepifying and life draining. Like, they couldn't even finish him that fast, but they did in the end.
They did. Wildcard maybe just gonna see back and reset here as TSM. I mean, they're going to go for the Roshan. They're feeling confident. They've still got that egg up and available, so I suppose around the Roshan pit, you love having that egg up. And Roshan, it is dropping rather quickly. Wildcard, do they know about it? And they have huddled up onto that top side of the map, but they're just hanging around their own jungle. It just doesn't seem like they're ready for a Roshan fight at the moment.
They are pinging.
Oh, not quite quick enough. Wildcard, they'll have to back their way up.
Yeah, they give it to Bryle as well. Perhaps you could have given it to Spectre, but Bryle will be the one going in. You know, it's a Tusk. He loves just snowballing in, being in the middle of a fight. If he dies, and he is more likely to die than Spectre, that extra life definitely comes in handy.
Happy days for TSM. Still a very slight net worth lead to the way of Wildcard, but that is basically because you've got to do with the Midas up. Nothing too special here for Wildcard. TSM now grouping up on the top side of the map once again. I suppose with the Aegis up, you can start pressuring that tier 2 top tower, go for the outpost afterwards. Kasane, he'll slowly start to get that done. The Wildcard, you kind of question what they do now. Like, is it time for them to sit back and just relax and wait out that Aegis to expire, or do they want to get aggressive here, Lizard?
You can. You have many options because your Doom also just got his Blink Dagger. Like, you could try and dodge these fights, or you could realize, okay, look, they don't have Aegis on the Spectre. Maybe we could dodge the fight that we know that's gonna happen, like they will push our tier 2, right? And if we smoke into the enemy jungle, perhaps we can find Spectre. I believe that's what they might even try to do. They're huddling up, but no smokes on them.
No smokes. Just kind of huddling up, staying together, but no game plan here from Wildcard.
Is under attack.
And Kasane is still hanging around that top side, slowly pressuring the top tier 2. Not really much being done about it. Now the group up from TSM as well, they do come as a team, as a unit towards the top side. Ari, scan out for the team just a little bit. We'll see the Mirana, wards down, Babitic, he's going to jump in with the toss back and a very nice stun follow-up from Ark. That'll be one down, but Brawl's in immediately onto Samson. He takes down the pos by Pugna. The egg is burning the side of Wildcard alive as sunlight. He's going to try to TP up, but they've got so much damage. A double kill for Brile, and I'll tell you, they made it look easy on the side of TSM.
Yeah, they certainly did. It looks like it's a good call to make at the beginning from Wildcard because you want to keep some of the high grounds defended, so they're fighting for that ward. Doom.
Yeah, he's been caught out. They're going to try and go for the Mortimer's Kisses. Ark still trying to survive through this, but Brawl, he does not care. He just keeps moving forward. He will lose the Aegis, but they do find a pretty big pick off onto that Doom. Babitic, though, might be able to find a trade as they do get the Cookie Stun out. The Tusk, he has Snowball up, but he's going to try for the run for now. Toss is there, and he does go down. Holding onto the Snowball, it does cost his own life. So Wildcard, they do find some form of a trade, and well, with that, TSM, they want to try and back off. Sunlight, he does TP in to try and catch somebody off guard. They will end up just going for the Ancient Black Dragon instead. Secure that plus 250.
Yeah, that was interesting that he didn't want to use Snowball. I thought that it might buy him a couple of seconds extra, maybe turn the fight, but okay. They get rid of the Aegis, they get rid of Brile once again, and Wildcard should be kinda happy by that defense. It's not great, but it's not terrible as well.
Certainly isn't.
Yeah, one of the things that is bothering me a little bit from Wildcard is that their Nature's Prophet really isn't farming as much as he could be, right? Like, he is on the sidelines, but he's joined now way too many fights. Like that fight around the cliff, where they only killed, what, the Mirana? Like, Prophet was pushing tier 2 on the bottom lane. Like, if he just continued doing that, I think Wildcard would have gained way more off the map.
That's what they do, Wildcard. I mean, it is one of those things as the Prophet. It's like, do you join the fights? Do you just keep split pushing? And I certainly agree with you, Sunlight, and that's in that circumstance. Probably should have stuck bot, but it happens. At least he is working on towards that BKB, and just seems like he wants to get involved with his team.
Do you like the shard?
Do I like the shard? I don't know how to feel about the shard. What do you think?
I'm not in love with it. Let's put it that way.
Jump in. They found Whitemon on that Phoenix. A bit of a warding mission here from Whitemon. It's going to cost him his own life. Aetherland's even up, coming out onto the Doom, so Ark really wanting to make sure he does find that perfect Doom target. TSM, knowing the Phoenix is down, they'll just take a seat back, they'll relax, they've still got a Spectre for the late game. They're more than happy to drag this game out.
I feel like Wildcards have been extremely influenced by Entity and the way Entity played during the TI. If you recall, just three cores, none of them is really carry. Everyone kind of farms for and gets items for the team. Because if you look at it right now, Prophet with his Orchid and BKB, he's not transitioning into that Mjolnir Prophet, Mjolnir Skadi, whatever, you know, Silver Edge. Tiny, yeah, he will get the Aghanims eventually, but Doom as well. It's all just utility-based items at the moment, which do help them get kills. But do they help them scale? That's my only question.
Question will be answered rather soon. TSM, they're going to move in. Samson again getting caught out here on the Pugna, but he'll kind of just tank the smoke gang rather the Moonlight Shadow gang coming up from TSM. So not too big of a deal here for Wildcard to lose their pos 5 Pugna.
This ward for Samson is, I don't know, his hair or something. Like he's dying here all the time. He's defending it. It seems very important.
Absolutely. Top tier 2 tower now under siege once again. Kasane is keeping that pressure up. Not much you can do about it against the Lycan. Seems like Wildcard have kind of accepted the fact that that tier 2 top tower is going to drop. The lines have been drawn out, but can they really force a fight? It seems like it's way too late that they are TPing in, but again, maybe Brawl to commit the snowball, but they miss the avalanche. Still Arc, he jumps in. He's completely alone right now. Meanwhile, Samson, he was getting chased down by the Lycan Wolves. He was in danger, and he does drop the Tomato eventually. Meanwhile, Kasane, he will just keep chasing down Arc on the Doom. They'll take him out. Arc, I mean, he made a jump in, but it almost felt like a bit of miscommunication, and well, hell, now even the Mortimer's Kiss is being thrown out. Just everything kind of split.
At least Sunlight listened to us, right? Like this time around, he's still bottom, he's still pushing. But that wasn't great from Wildcard. Like it felt rushed. It felt rushed after it felt being too late, right? Like
yeah,
you shouldn't be there. You already lost the tower. You have no business defending it after all of that. Especially if you're playing into a Spectre. The moment you show yourself as a position 5, she has an Aghanims. She's shadow stepping on you. And you're just going to die so quickly as a Pugna.
You just can't win if you're Samson this game. Like, you've got a Lycan against you, you've got the Spectre against you. Just everyone's trying to kill you as a Spons 5 Pugna, and there's just nothing you can do about it. It goes back to what you said. You decryptify yourself, and then you just hope for the best. And well, Samson is having a very rough time, 2-8-7, but it's to be expected with the hero matchups in these drafts.
Yeah,
Nothing
like
he can do.
Every hero in the game is good against him.
It's tough. Still mid lane. TSM grouped up once again, trying to apply that pressure. So you do have Sunlight still down at the bot lane, pushing in that tier 2 tower, so you could try to force them back. The thing is, the Treants aren't doing too much towards that tier 2 tower. It seems like the tier 2's just fine defending itself. And Sunlight not putting his body forward to try and really apply that pressure. TSM, they are not flinching. They're still hanging around that mid lane, still trying to force another team fight. Still feeling very strong here on the side of the Radiant. Nobody's showing up from Wildcard though, so they'll move up north into that Dire jungle instead. Nobody there either. Samson making his way out just in time. It seems like TSM are thinking about the top tier 3 tower now.
Yeah, you just slowly take control of the enemy jungle. You're playing with Spectre, but look at us. This is why Sunlight cannot show himself. Because the moment he shows himself on the bottom lane, Tusk will kill him.
Sabotage gets caught out. That's a lot of damage being pumped out here by Bryo, and he's just gone. I mean, one Walrus Punch and half his HP just disappears. That seems a little bit busted to me.
Yeah, he's knocking people out in this patch. Tusk is just ridiculously strong. I feel like maybe if they had a support there, like a Snap or even a Pugna, just standing around the tier 2 blocking that path towards Prophet, then Prophet could push. Because someone at least will tank that game. This way around it's not that good because your mid laner tanked it. So
it's rough. Now Roshan's back up. TSM, perfect timing. They run right back into the Roshan pit, and it's going to be a very easy Roshan for them to take. No real contest coming out once again from Wildcard. Can't really blame him without that Tiny, and that's Roshan gone. This time Tomato will take the Aegis on the Spectre. Just makes matters even worse for the side of Wildcard Gaming. Now you're 2k net worth behind. I mean, if you were kind of coaching Wildcard right now, Lizard, what would you be telling them in this game?
It would be a difficult thing to say, right? Towards I just watch them and be like, you got this, guys. I believe in you.
Get your pom-poms out. Bot lane.
This is the problem. Like their draft excels at certain things that just do not work versus TSM. Like your Prophet, yeah, he can split push, but
Bryle maybe going a bit far here, tipping to the outpost, but he does have the backup to Tomato whenever he needs it. Sabotage gonna get snowballed, great shards out as well. Arc forced to try and force a fight. Bryle still just tanking through it though. Wymon, he'll get the egg down. This is looking like a really bad team fight for Wildcard as they drop like flies, and well, of course, it wouldn't be a team fight without Samson dying, and that he does. It's Tomato just rushing past that tier 3 tower, unable to find the final piece of the puzzle, but it won't matter. TSM, they have full control of this map. 7k advantage now onto the tier 2 mid. They may as well go high ground.
I think they will. There is absolutely nothing stopping them from going high ground right now. Like, you could wait for Shapeshift, but hey, you have Aghanims, you have Wolfbite. You could use that on Spectre instead, and now you have a mini Shadowy Wolf. Oh, that's even better.
I mean, why the hell not? Why the hell not? Snowball? Stomp the creeps. Not a big deal. Meanwhile, Tomato apparently just killing Sunlight down to the bottom lane in that wolf form, by the way. That'd be a very, very fun sight to have, just the Spectre haunting as a wolf. Tomato, I mean, he'll just find a bot T1 tower.
Why did this Lycan just haunt on me? What's happening? When did he buy Blink? Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. Like, you want to be split pushing with the Prophet, but if you don't see Tusk, you can't show yourself on the lane. And another kill.
Arrow, it's going to land on the Snapfire. They'll toss Braille in, but I feel like that's exactly what he wants. Tomato, he is just ripping into them. They are just giving them no chance on the side of Wildcard to survive through this. They are just dropping over and over again. They call it. They've had enough.
They just had enough. Like, this game, it went real bad, real fast for Wildcard. I had some hopes for them, not too plenty, not too many. But I believed. I was like, okay, maybe the Prophet.